So far we've done all kinds of drawings. We've made boxes, pyramids, we've done cityscapes, we've done them in 1, 2, and 3-point perspective. We've even drawn trees, some forest scenes. We've done a truck that's basically a box carrying truck. Now we're going to look at a face, and instead of full face portrait as I'm looking at you now, or a profile which is a side view, we're going to do a 3/4 view where you see both the front and the side of the face. And this is going to be a little bit more difficult than the previous 2 facial drawings we've done. But if you take a look at the drawing here, we follow a similar format we did on the previous 2. So in essence, it's 3 inches here, 3 inches here, and 5 inches in width. The difference is, instead of putting a line straight down the middle, we now have 1 1/4 inches here and 3 3/4 inch here. Here I've drawn it and it looks just basically like a rectangle, but we're going to round it off. You take about a 1/2 inch here off the top, 1 inch and 1 inch, another inch here and you pull in 1 inch, and then 7/8 inches here, and you draw lines to connect it. And you'll start to see you have kind of a face. This would be similar to a skull. As I erase lines that you don't need, you start to see that this could be a 3/4 view face. And again, because this part of the face is turned away from you, it's going to be a little bit smaller than this side, which is why this is 7/8 inches for the eye, and this is 1 1/4. And again, like we did last time, we draw a general arch here and another one here, except this arch is a little longer than that. And then for the pupil, we draw a little C, and it looks as though you have 2 eyes. As we did last time, we divide these pieces here into 5. They're pretty equal. And as you will recall, the last time, the first 2 will be about as long as the nose is, and the other ones are for the jaw, where usually where it says here between 4 and 3, that's where your mouth is. And again, here I've drawn the bottom of the nose line and the bottom of the mouth. The nose is kind of a triangular shape that's in the shape of a prism, and it's drawn in 3/4 views. So you see part of the side here, but not on the other, because it's turned away from you. And as I did before, the end of the nose, the either side of the nostril here, goes through the corner of the eye down. Whereas in the center of the pupil going straight down is usually how wide the mouth is. And you see again, the mouth is narrower here than it is here because this side of the face is turned away from this side. Here I've rounded off some sections, and as we did previously, I drew a long arch underneath, and again it's shorter on this side, longer on this side, and it gives the impression of a bottom lip. I drew an ear in, and the ear usually goes no higher than the top of the eyebrow, usually as low as the nose. Sometimes for really long noses, people go down to where their mouth starts, but that's very, very unusual. So this is the normal positioning of the ear. I've rounded it off, and you start to see that it looks pretty much like a regular human being here. When you erase lines you don't need, it starts to make more sense. And you recall last time, with slight movements of the eyebrow and the mouth, you can make a person smile or look sad or look angry. This person looks very sad, probably had some bad news. This person is not just sad, he's mad. This one seems reasonably happy. Maybe kind of curious also. And now, just like we did before, The hairline tells whether the person you're drawing is going to be a man or a woman. If the hairline shows that it goes fairly high up in the corners here, that's usually a man's hairline. Very few women have that. This one I decided, instead of a man, which we did last time I drew a man and I showed you getting older, this time I decided to change this man. This could be a warrior from the old days, because he's got long hair. It could turn into a woman. Because I put the eyelashes a little harder and changed the eyebrows, as well as gave full lips, this person now starting to look like a woman. So it takes few changes. I erased some of the lines I didn't need. And look at that, now I'm putting shading in. The way you shade is, you use the pencil at an angle, and you put some lead or graphite down, and then you can use your finger or a tissue paper to rub it, and you can get this effect. Notice I also darken the eye pupils. If you leave kind of a white spot in between, it makes the pupils look shiny. Gave her some full lips there, and again, I made it white at the bottom lip here to give it kind of a round feel and also shiny. Then I shaded the ears, shaded the nose. Now I gave some shade on her cheeks and her forehead. And now I colored just the bottom of her hair. You can color the entire hair, but you notice that I've created a picture or a 3/4 view of a young woman.